You're listening to a Roddenberry podcast.
Today is Thursday, June 3rd, 2021, and this is your daily Star Trek news from the Roddenberry Podcast Network. On today's show, Rebecca Romijn teases Easter eggs in Star Trek Strange New Worlds. VFX supervisor Jason Zimmerman talks about a balance of style in Star Trek Discovery, and I've got the weekend's Star Trek events. I'm Alison Pitt, and today's show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Get 10% off your first month of counseling at betterhelp.com/DSTN. With Star Trek Strange New Worlds deep into production of its first season, details on the new series are still notably scarce. Nobody seems to be talking. Series star Rebecca Romijn, who plays number 1, is no exception. Speaking with Looper recently about her new film Endangered Species, conversation turned to her role in Strange New Worlds, and Romijn teased fans about what to expect when it airs next year. Production on the series has been ongoing for several months and is expected to continue into July of this year. Romijn admitted that production is currently underway on the 7th of 10 episodes, but added that they are not allowed to say anything about what they're doing. Now, as you might expect, Romijn did reiterate previous talking points that Strange New Worlds would feature standalone episodes, drawing on the episodic nature of the original series for this prequel in Star Trek canon. Romijn also described the series as taking place in the 10 years leading up to Captain Kirk on the Enterprise. It's not clear whether she was merely reiterating the time setting, which we already know, or whether she was giving a hint to the possible duration of the series. Romijn also promised plenty of Easter eggs in the first season of Strange New Worlds, but of course couldn't provide additional details except to say that the cast and crew are proud of the work they've done and are very, very, very excited to introduce this show. Star Trek Strange New Worlds is expected to premiere in 2022. Until then, fans can get acquainted with Captain Pike, Number 1, and Spock, played by Ensign Mount, Romijn, and Ethan Peck, respectively, through their appearances in the Star Trek Short Treks episodes Q&A, The Trouble with Edward, and Ask Not, as well as Season 2 of Star Trek Discovery, all of which are available to stream on Paramount+. In a recent interview with the website Gold Derby, Star Trek Discovery visual effects supervisor Jason Zimmerman gave some insight into his team's journey in creating a visual aesthetic that fit into the established Trek universe, and he also talked about the unique challenges and opportunities presented by Discovery's drastic Season 3 time jump. "I was very excited to be able to contribute to such a legacy of Star Trek," he told Gold Derby. "It was definitely exciting and also daunting because you're developing something that the fans are going to look to with the same amount of love that they did at the Enterprise or the Borg Cube or any of those things." Speaking to the constant learning curve of doing a show like Discovery and the desire to balance a fresh look within established norms, Zimmerman noted, "You definitely are always looking for ways to represent things a little bit differently, but at the same time, not straying away from the Star Trek universe." When it came to the daunting task of building a new 32nd century world for Discovery Season 3, Zimmerman spoke to the importance of the writer's vision and strong preparation. He also focused on the centrality of connecting to the audience through story, saying, "It's not just about it has to look photoreal and be cool. It's, are we telling the story? Is that the right emotion?" And it's a lot of fun to do. Now, in the midst of the challenges, Zimmerman says it's the collaborative spirit of Star Trek that makes it work, saying, "Fortunately for us, Star Trek is a big family, and everybody does kind of take care of each other." You can watch Zimmerman's full interview and hear more about his team and the well-deserved recognition they've received at goldderby.com. Now, I've got the weekend's online events here in just a moment, but first, a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. So if you've been listening to this show for a while, you'll know that I've been talking to you about BetterHelp for a while. And today I just want to zero in on one specific part of their service that really stands out to me personally. It's this combination of matching your counselor to your needs, and then making it free and easy to change if you need or want to. I've been to a few counselors myself over the years, with limited success, mostly because they weren't a good match or I didn't really have my choice of counselors. However, all that kind of goes away with BetterHelp. They're not restricted to just your local area, so you have a wider choice, and they're committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches. I want you to start living a happier life today. And as a daily Star Trek news listener, you can get 10% off your first month of counseling by visiting betterhelp.com/DSTN. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/DSTN. Right. Let's check in on some upcoming Star Trek virtual events. First up, Star Trek guest star Olivia Dabo is appearing on a Wizard World Signature Series panel this Saturday, June 5th at 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Tickets to the live Q&A are $3.99, and you can also purchase one-on-one video chats, virtual photo ops, or a personal recorded message. To find out more, visit wizardworldvault.com. Next up, New York City drag queens Heather Wood and Jessie Jem are hosting a Trektacular Pride kickoff event on Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific Time called Pride Trek. You can watch it live on YouTube as Heather and Jessie put a gay twist on some of your favorite female Star Trek characters. The event is free and you can set a YouTube reminder by heading to pridetrek.heatherwood.net. And finally, because it's still a little slow out there for events, here's some of the regular stuff going on every week. So first up, it's the Twitter Watchalongs. #AllStarTrek runs Sunday through Friday at 8/7 Central and follows the Heroes and Icons channel's All Star Trek program. #TOS Sat Night starts at 9 p.m. Pacific Time on Saturday night and follows a different episode of the original series every week. And #Star Trek Hour is a Q&A format event every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time. Then there's Star Trek Watch Party, hosted daily and coordinated on Facebook. Every evening, they use the Teleparty browser extension to watch Star Trek together. To find out more, head over to Star Trek Watch Party on Facebook. And finally, there's Sid City Social Club, hosted by Star Trek Deep Space Nine star Alexander Siddig's official fan website. They meet twice monthly on the first Tuesday and third Friday of every month, with occasional pop-up meetings with Sid as his schedule allows. For more details on how you can join in, visit sidcity.net. And of course, all links to these events are on the Daily Star Trek News website. Just head to dailystartreknews.com/events. And of course, if you have something that you'd like for me to share on the show, then please reach out. You can email me directly at info@dailystartreknews.com, or you can tag the show on social media. Now, there's just one last thing before I go. For those of you who are waiting to see the Nichelle Nichols documentary Woman in Motion on Paramount Plus, your wait is over. The film, which follows Nichols' efforts recruiting a diverse cohort of astronauts for NASA, is now streaming. And don't forget, when you choose to sign up for Paramount Plus through dailystartreknews.com/Paramount Plus, not only will you get a week's free trial, but you'll also be helping out this show with a small commission. Once again, that's dailystartreknews.com/Paramount Plus. Well, that's it for today's Daily Star Trek News from the Roddenberry Podcast Network. Don't forget to check out the other great shows on the network at podcasts.roddenberry.com. Daily Star Trek News is produced by me, Alison Pitt, and written by Chris Peterson and Jack Brown, with events by Marina Kravchuk. We're supported by people like you through Patreon. Find out how you can add your support at patreon.com/Daily Star Trek News. I'm back tomorrow with more of the Star Trek news that you need to know and the answer to this week's Trek Trivia. I'm Alison Pitt. Live long and prosper.
This is a Roddenberry podcast. For more great podcasts, visit podcast.roddenberry.com.